Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. So here we are again. Oh, that was a big swallow, sorry. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. I wanted to start this a little earlier, but that's okay. TGIF, everybody. I've been tired this week. Like exhausted. Like sitting in traffic and like, you know when you're so tired, like your eyes shake. Tired. And college is going to be starting back up for my daughter, so that means I'm leaving earlier, coming home later. That's okay. It's only for a few years. Okay, Spirit. Good morning. Oh, today I'm going to do just my little decks. I thought that would be fun. Good morning, Spirit. Thank you for being with us today. Please guide me towards some clear messages for my collective. Thank you very much. I think I'm gonna get the vibe, and then I'm gonna do like I'm gonna do like a past, present, future type of check-in. Actually, no. I know what I'm gonna do, which spread I'm gonna do. Spirit, we're gonna do the emergency spread. It's not really an emergency spread today. I made it as an emergency spread for... So I did a personal reading for somebody, and it was kind of specific, and I didn't have a spread I liked for it. Which I don't necessarily need a spread, but sometimes I like the structure of it. Tradition of it, you know. So the emergency spread was born. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Alright. Tell me what collective needs to know. I think I remember it. Let me see if I have it right here. Whoop. I do. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Probably a good thing I did with the small cards. Yay. Oh, I love it. It's so pretty. Oh, you can't see it. They're like rainbow. Like iridescent. Bottom of the deck, 3 of Cups. Okay, so what you need to know again, I'm picking up somebody who's kind of like stagnant, right? A spirit saying that you are definitely missing some opportunities by being stuck in your head, and it feels like you're stuck in your head because you're trying to like iron out all the details, right? Of something. Yeah, and with with the strength here, I think the Spirit's saying that you do have the strength to take next steps. And it's like you're like rearranging this thing, or you're like fixing this, or you're like putting a little more detail on this, and it's like, okay, it's done. It's done. Whatever you're working on, it's done. That's I think the message. It's time to take it out of the oven. Right. And I don't think the opportunities you've missed necessarily are like life-changing. You missed a job opportunity or anything like that. I think it's just the little life-enhancing experiences that kind of also form us, along with the big events that we forget as we get wrapped up in those big events, that the little things matter too. A lot, as a matter of fact. Those are the things you kind of reflect on when you're in the big events for like guidance sometimes. How this is affecting you. It kind of has you, again, you're kind of in your head, and you're thinking about when time was when you were in like a better phase of your life, and it seems like, yeah, you're stuck in your head because you're confused about something. You're confused about it feels like information that you have to sift through, like things you found out it feels like you have a lot of variables to contend with. Before you can realistically get out of your head. It seems like this is either like inner child stuff, or something from when you were younger. It's kind of bringing up, like triggering you about, or it's something that's linked to your past that's been highlighted, and you kind of got information about something that makes a situation a little different. You know, I don't know, yeah, I feel like you had some kind of like information from like a past friend, whatever. Yeah. I feel like you did. You got some information and you found out something that you really kind of have to sit with. And it's making you look at something in a whole different way. And it could be linked to someone or some situation from your past that you thought was one way that's not one way, and you're like taken aback. Outside influences, the Eight of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, it looks like again, like sometimes the Eight of Wands to me is like you're getting information. So I feel like information, the outside influences was the information coming in. And it being from your past, I think that's the Knight of Pentacles. Like it took a long time to get here. Like, oh, here, by the way, you can't outrun me. I think. Oh. You might, I don't know if you have some karma. You may have thought you outran. We all do, right? We're not perfect. The severity of it may differ, but we all have some wrongdoing in the past that we, you know, thought we got away with, or like didn't even think about, you know, because it was like insignificant or so long ago or whatever. Again, all the way up to something that you know you think about like every day because you feel guilty. I had something like that I'm so grateful I was able to purge out of my soul finally, but I did, and I lived with it for 20 years every day. Every day. Some people don't have that, though. So, if it's somebody who's just doesn't care, well, that would be you. If it's you who doesn't care, you may not see this coming. Yeah, I would love to say this is somebody getting their karma for something they did to you, but I don't think this is. I think this is you. I think this is you. Sorry. Action recommended. Eight of Swords. Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. So basically put in the work, you know. You're in your head with Two of Swords. Ironically, I feel like this Eight of Swords is Spirit telling you to dig deep, and the only way you're purging this is to be truthful with yourself. You have to ignore everybody and everything around you. You have to go within yourself and seek what is the truth of the situation. And then I feel like it's basically saying, like, once you figure that out, you have to put in the work to fix it. You know, you might have to apologize, or you might have to, you know, again, I don't know what this is, but you might have to talk to people. You're gonna have to use your head about it. You're not gonna be able to get emotional, because if this is something that you're writing from your past, you have no place to, if it's something that's coming up, because it looks like you're going about your day, and all of a sudden this thing pops up, that's what I'm getting now, and you're like, oh my god. And, yeah, like, you're finding the strength within you to deal with it now. Yeah, how it's affecting you. It's making you like, oh my god, and you're like rehashing and you're going over everything and you're like, oh my god. You know, this could be, it could be for two sides of the coin. I always say, for collective watching it, who, you know, you have something on your heart that could come up at any time, you know, or this is somebody who is finding out something about somebody close to them, and they're like, holy fuck, what do you mean? What are you even saying right now? The only reason I'm leaning towards it's you is because of this Knight of Pentacles. I feel like it's bringing you your pentacle, like, just because you got here first doesn't mean I'm not coming. You know, if you did something that you effed up for and you have to just repair it, just suck it up and be like, I acknowledge this, I am sorry, I understand, blah blah blah. Just be genuine. And I think that's what the action is saying. Just, you know, go within yourself and really work on whatever that is. Maybe you can't apologize to the person. Maybe it's something you're realizing. Maybe that's it too. Maybe you're realizing something and you're like, oh my god, look at, like, the destruction I caused. That's hard when you're realizing things you did. That you're kind of like, oh my god. That could be it. Because that's part of healing. If you're manifesting healing, it's gonna come along. Possible outcome looks like, people listening to what you say and you know, appreciating it, you know, admiring you for stepping up and saying something. And the sun is kind of like, all right, well, now here's your path. You can continue forward now because you kind of got this off of your chest. Message from future self, the Seven of Swords. I think this is a lot in one card. I think this is like, yep, you know, you're paying for your like not paying, it's balancing out from your past deceptions, you know, and you need to do this, like, truthfully, no deceit involved. Yeah, like set out to seek the truth. When you do this, do it with good intent, or don't do it at all. Don't even say anything. Don't add more lies on top of it, because you'll never recover from it, you know? You have to do it wholeheartedly, or it's not going to be received. You can't, like, tell half the truth and then leave the rest out by omission with this. It seems like it's like all of it or nothing. And the bottom of the deck is like celebration coming together with friends. So it seems like, it looks like, it feels like kind of like forgiveness is involved, maybe. Yeah, but it's not going to just go away. Alright. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get some clarification and see which story is plot A. Thank you, Spirit. Tell me about this Four of Cups, please. Thank you. Okay, so we got Strength, 10 of Wands, and then 3 of Swords in the Emperor. So you found out something. you found out something, and so strength is the first card on the clarifying, and the last card in the first, like, laid out cards for what you need to know. So 2 strengths and what you need to know. I think you found out something in the first strength. You're like, what? It could be signifying Leo too. But I think it was you like, what? And then, yeah, the 2 of Swords, you're in your head and you're like trying to like, oh my god, like find balance about this, and this is heavy. This is heavy to carry. And you know, once you get over that initial like, oh my god, you're gonna need to have strength. And I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's saying the Emperor and the 3 of Swords. I feel like it's having you, you're not gonna look at this Emperor the same after this. Alternatively, if this is you who did the thing, and now you're finding out, people are finding out about whatever this is that's coming back to haunt you, again, you're still going to have to find balance and carry it, right? But then I think the Emperor and the 3 of Swords is like, but I'm an Emperor now. You know, and that was my past. Let's see, how is it affecting collective? What's the 7? Thank you. The confirmation is crazy. Okay. So with 6 of Cups, we got the Page of Pentacles. And then the 7 of Cups, we got the 4 of Cups again. Continuing on from the first part, which I feel like is saying, yes, this is, you know, the confusion you're feeling is because of this thing that now is coming in that you forgot about or didn't deal with. And with the Page of Pentacles, with the 6 of Cups, you know, I feel like that is confirming my thoughts about the Knight of Pentacles delivering the karma, because I feel like the Page of Pentacles with the 6 of Cups, the nostalgia, nodding to your younger self with both cards, is when you planted the karma. However old you were younger than you are now, right? So it's a past thing, something that's coming back. It could be a past life even. I don't think so. I don't think so, but it could be. Yeah. I feel like you're almost still ignoring it because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to move. You're like frozen. And how, and if it's you that found out something about somebody else, the way it's affecting you is, you feel like you need to tell somebody about it. Like, it feels like you want your mom. That's what it feels like. Like, what am I gonna do with this information? I have to tell somebody about it. Yeah. And then you're kind of like sitting there thinking about it, and then this like more information keeps coming in. That's what I feel like. It's like you keep, and you're like, holy fucking shit. I think somebody's facade is cracking. If it's somebody around you, and you're like, oh my god, like the more things you find out about this person, you're like, you are not a good person. Outside influences. And again, if it's you, you're kind of like, I don't want to deal with this right now. The Sun with the Eight of Wands for outside influences makes me feel like you have no choice but to deal with this, whichever person you are, whether you were the one who's paying the karma or you found out about someone you know who you found something out about someone you know, or multiple things. What's this Knight of Pentacles? Yeah. The Devil and the Hermit, yeah. And the Knight of Pentacles is so slow. And I think that's just because it was kind of like, for the person receiving the karma, it's like this thing happened and now you've had enough time where you could have easily attempted to write this, whatever it is, and I don't think you have. I think you buried it. I think you probably don't even think about it. Or if you start to think about it, you stop yourself. You're in hermit mode. You're like, nope. And, well, my father used to say cream, it will always come to the top. Truth is like cream. So I think, the outside influences is the universe is forcing the sun onto the situation. So it's like, again, whether you're the person who found something out about somebody you know, it's been a long time coming for that to come out for them, or if you're reaping what you've sown. What did you think was going to happen? Action recommended. I love you, collective, but you're not angels, and I will tell you if you're the devil in the reading, not the energy around you, for sure. Please tell me about this Eight of Swords. Maybe you want a different deck. Maybe. A lot of heavy hitters came out already. Please tell me about the action recommended. Wow, the Two of Swords on the Eight of Swords. I think is confirming my connection. This is one of the, again, this is one of the rare times Spirit's telling you to go inward with that Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords. Go deep inside and find that balance and truth. Three of Swords again. Again, put in the work to heal those wounds. Figure out what they are, and then do the work to heal them. It's going to be uncomfortable. You know, if you're the person who needs to do the work and heal the wounds and give the apologies or whatever it is, it's going to be uncomfortable. And if you are the person who found out something about someone and it's affected you in this way, you need to also go within yourself and find your balance and do your work to heal your wounds on the opposite spectrum. It's still the same. See, people... Isn't that funny? The remedy is the same for both. Because hurt just causes so much hurt on all sides. I don't know what you did, or I don't know what the person did. What's the Queen of Swords? But it's something that was like record skipping. And that, because of that, I feel like you knew, if you were the person it's coming to, you knew it was going to come up eventually. If you're the person who found out, you had no clue. Six of Swords on the Queen of Swords, yeah. I think, you know, depending on the severity of what this is, with the Queen of Swords being, if you're taking responsibility, being honest and thoughtful in what you're saying and how you're acting and how you're responding, and then you might just have to kind of leave the situation alone. You might have to remove yourself from, depending on the severity, or just let it be. Say your piece and then let it be. If you're the person who found this out about somebody, about you, I think you need to stay in your intellect, mind over heart, and get away from the situation. Again, depending on the severity of whatever it is you found out. It seems like it's pretty weight bearing. Possible outcome. Three of Pentacles, everybody's going to be talking about it. I get that too. Because now it's been brought out to light, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the possible outcome. Let me get it. The Three of Pentacles again. People admiring you for your work. Maybe appreciating you for, like, again, apologizing if that's what you did. I feel like this is more people talking about what this is, whichever side you're on. Yeah, and then the Sun is it coming to light. So on top of that, we have the Eight of Cups so far. I want one more, please, Spirit. The Eight of Cups for either side is now walking away from something that's missing. So I feel like if you are the person who's paying your karma, yeah, you might have to actually leave. And then feeling left out. Yeah, again, if you are the person paying for whatever it is that's coming up that you've done, you are going to be, people are going to be talking about it. It's going to be illuminated. It's going to be out there. Depending on the severity, shame can cause it to feel like it's bigger than it is. I don't want to downplay anything either, so only you know what this is referring to. You could feel guilty about not going to somebody's birthday party, it could be something as easy as that, and up to, like, you hit your best friend's car and didn't tell them, or, something crazy, I don't know. Even worse than that, I'm getting. And if you are the person who found this out about somebody, you are absolutely walking away from the situation, and you do feel left out, you do feel like betrayed, and you can't believe it. So that makes sense for the Five of Pentacles for you. Message from your future self. The Magician. Got one more. Can I have just one more, please, for the message from future self? So, yeah, so again, I stand by, like, if you are the person who's getting hit with your karma and you have to deal with that, you have to do it honestly. And I think it's been a while since whatever this is rooted, so to speak. I think you have the tools to deal with it. If that's the case, how it's going to be received, I don't know. But I think you're going to have to use everything in your wheelhouse to deal with this. That's what I'm getting. You know, but if you want to, you can. It looks like I feel like you're getting a gift to have the opportunity to write something. Maybe not even write it, even just acknowledge it and get it A, off of your soul, and B, off of the person, whomever you did this to or whatever you did's heart. Again, maybe you can't if it's a past life, but spirit will know if you acknowledge it and do work to better yourself now. This is a weird one. I don't know. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Cups, so it looks like it could be a happy ending. You know, I think either Knight of Wands, the Knight of Action. So either way, if you are the person I'm getting, or the people in the collective I'm getting who some of your, whatever your karma is, something has caught up to you. It has been made, people have been made aware of something that you didn't want people to know about, and now you have to deal with it. It is what it is. I have no great advice for you, except for just, you have to lay in the bed you made. But Spirit is saying, if you're given this opportunity to acknowledge and fix this, it's for a reason, right? Like, acknowledge this and fix this so you can move on clear. Because you're going to drag this with you until you do purge of it. Somehow you did this. You did this. You put this energy out into the universe and cause whatever destruction you cause, enough to make it coming back to you in whatever way. You have to deal with it. It's not fun, it's not comfortable, but if you know, if you acknowledge it, you have to deal with it. If this triggers you and you're like, oh my god, it's this, then you know it's this, right? Then you have to deal with it. Then yes, that is something. No matter how insignificant it seems, like, oh, it's not a big deal. If you thought of XYZ when I said, whatever you did to make this karma, that's what it is. And that's what you need to get off of you. On the flip side, for the people who, oh my god, just found out something about someone close to them that's like life-changing, it seems like, and you're like, oh my god, and it seems like for this person it's a bunch of stuff is coming in and you're like, oh my god. I don't know if you found like a social media profile you didn't know they had, or a dating profile, or something already shady that you didn't know they had, but then that just like, bow, after that just hit you with so many things you found out by this one. Whoa, that's what I'm getting for that. So if that's you're finding this out about somebody else, that's out of your hands, and that's their karma. That's their karma. You need to just, you need to walk away if you're finding stuff out that's, like, outside of your moral compass that you're not comfortable with. Like, well, they never did anything to me type of thing, you know, because people will do that. Like, well, they never did anything to me. Like, okay, well, just wait. Just wait. It may not be the same thing. They will do something. Most, you know what I mean? Like, the people are fucking people. And, you know, they usually can keep it together for a short period of time to seem normal, and then it falls apart eventually. Maybe you're learning how to not be a fucked up person, which, great. Because the way to do that is to start mending your karma. So maybe you're being given the opportunity, like, do you really want to be a good person? Well, here you go. This is ace number one that you need to get off your plate before you can move forward in any kind of fashion as a good person. You can't just be like, oh, well, didn't happen. I'm just going to be a great person now. No, well, you're not. You're not. You can't just change the narrative because people don't know you. God, the higher power, whatever you answer to, knows you. You know you, you know. Everybody makes mistakes. Some are forgivable and some aren't. I know everybody says forgive and forget, you know, forgiving is for you, not for them. You know what? I'm sorry. Some things are not forgivable. I can move on. I can accept there's nothing I can do or could have done or whatever. Sure, I can let it go. Some things are unforgivable, and I don't care what anyone says. That's where I am on my healing journey. I don't wish any ill will on anybody. But, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I forgive people either. Not a lot. Not a lot. Maybe just one. Maybe two. Here and there. If I think about it, I'm sure I can make a bigger list. No, I'm just kidding. But sometimes things are severe. And sometimes, I don't believe that you need to forgive everybody. I think as long as you are, find a way to forgive yourself for allowing yourself to be in the situation at the time that you didn't know better, that's what you need to forgive. That's what you need to forgive. I'm not forgiving somebody for their shitty action. I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna forget. Nah. I'm not gonna think about it enough for either way. You know, it's not gonna bother. It doesn't bother me either way. It is what it is, but I'm not gonna forgive. You know, people are not gonna have that luxury. But you can if you want to. I don't think so. Again, if you're the person who found something out about somebody close to you, whatever the severity is to you, they could have cheated on you. They could have, I don't know. You know, forged some paperwork. And didn't think it was like a big deal, and then told you about it, you know, and then you're like, that's kind of a big deal. That's like wicked shady. And that says a lot about your character. So it could be something like that, you know, that kind of was like, wait a minute. And then once you notice that kind of trait, like I knew somebody who signed court documents because they just thought that was okay, since, well, I can't get a hold of the other person, so I'm just gonna sign it for them. Like, you can't. Why do you think you can do that? Like, why do people think like, oh, it's okay for me to do it? No, it's not. Yeah, so if it's like something pops up like a little like that, which made you kind of be aware of all these other things, and you're like, I'm good. But it could be because other people are starting, this person might be just, the facade's cracking and starting to get their karma. I don't know what the whole story is, but we have one person who is reaping what they've sown, and you're given the opportunity to soften the blow, I think, as much as you can by acknowledging and being human about it. And we have somebody who found out something about somebody they're close to or is about to, and who's kind of going through that side of it. And maybe you guys are watching together. Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be funny? You'll have to let me know. No one's gonna let me know. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna call it for today. It's Friday, so I think maybe I really will do one today. Maybe I'll really do earth signs. It's gonna be long. I just know it's gonna be long. So, alright, well, like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.